What's going on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all platforms? Welcome to another episode of New York Giants Full Access right here on Big Pat Sports Talk's personal page. Hey, you could go check me out on the Aboriginal Sports Network if you want more of Big Pat Sports Talk Reacts, talking about all sports, but we're talking about the Giants right here on my channel. And we're going to be talking about the state of the Giants offensive line. Hey, we're going to read the report, and I'm going to give you the facts on what this offensive line will look like going into 2025. So let's get into it.
4, 3, 2, 1. Connect!
I'm feeling pretty good.
Thank you guys for tuning in, and look,
I'm feeling pretty good.
welcome to New York Giants Full Access. All right, so hey, listen, we're going to be talking about the New York Giants offensive line and what it would look like going into the 2025 NFL season. As you know, the starter is going to be Andrew Thomas. It's going to be John at left tackle, John Runyon at left guard, JMS at center, between Van Rotten and Evan Neal at right guard, and light skinned Jermaine at right tackle, as it is looking right now before the draft. Now, that offensive line actually did pretty well when it came to pass blocking before the injury to Andrew Thomas. And then it just got crazy after that, man. That we were actually in the top 15 when it came to pass blocking, and in the top 20 when it came to overall offensive line play in the beginning of the season. It's just that we couldn't get anything done on offense with Daniel Jones at quarterback. My bad, Giants fans. Daniel Jones turned out to be exactly what you guys were talking about. I still think he has talent. I just think that he was just gun shy behind this offensive line, being beat up for 6 plus years over here with the New York Giants. But there's been a report on NewYorkGiants.com by Dan Simone, and we're going to look at that report and check out to see exactly what he believes this offensive line will look like pre-draft 2025. So let's get into it. All right, state of Giants offensive line, what it looks like pre-draft by Dan Solomon, okay, for the New York Giants. As you see the line right there, he says the unique thing about quarterbacks in free agency is they do extensive homework on your roster. Russell Wilson liked what he saw from his new teammates who will be protecting him. So it looks like that was part of the reason why Russell Wilson chose the Giants to come and be the starter over here. This is quote unquote exactly what he says. He says it always starts with the guys up front, what they're capable of. The 10-time Pro Bowler said in his introductory press conference, meaning Russell Wilson. He says seeing a guy like Andrew Thomas in the weight room and doing squats, just being around him a little bit. GVR, Greg Van Rotten, talking to different guys along the way, just been a really smooth process that's given me a lot of confidence. So Russell Wilson said he had confidence coming over here playing behind this offensive line. I guess he saw what they did in the beginning of the season before injuries started to happen, especially to Andrew Thomas, and he feels comfortable behind our offensive line. That's a good sign going into 2025. But Joe Shane has said multiple times throughout the offseason that he was pleased with the Giants' planned starting offensive line from a year ago, and now they're all back with Van Rotten re-signing with the team. The general manager, however, always needed to add a caveat about the group. After the 5 starters played 100% of the snaps together through the first 6 weeks, the Giants used 10 different combinations after Thomas went down. quote unquote, what I just said. I think we looked pretty good before Andrew Thomas went down. Shout out to Carmen Brasillo, our new offensive line coach. He says, when Andrew was healthy last year, I was happy with the way the offensive line was playing those first 6 games they were together. Shane also said in a one-on-one interview with Giants.com, I thought we were able to function offensively in both phases of passing and running the football. GVR, Greg Van Roten, also brings what people don't see is leadership. He's a force multiplier in there, which is really good for John Michael Schmitz, our center, our young center. He says, really good for Jake Kubas and his development. I like Jake Kubas as well. Jake Kubas, undrafted free agent. I do believe he will be with Greg Van Roten and Evan Neal competing for that right guard position. Really happy to get Greg back. He's got versatility. He plays some center and guard for us, which he did, but the leadership and the veteran presence in that room was very important, which is very important. He says, I look forward to these guys continuing to grow, and his leadership in that room and getting his developing some of the young guys was really important last year. So 2024 game by game starters, like I said, the first 6 weeks, it was all them. And then let's see. Then that's when Andrew Thomas went down in the Cincinnati game. Then we had Josh Azudu at left tackle for a game. Chris Hubbard at left tackle for a game, for 2 games. Then Jim Marion Illuminor had to go to left tackle while Evan Neal came in at right tackle. And then Chris Hubbard came back in again when Illuminor went down. Then Azudu came back in. Like, man, it was bad. And then Illuminor came back with Baltimore, but then John Runyan got hurt. Then Aaron Stinney had to go in, and Evan Neal, and then Kubas came in, and it was just crazy, man. And then the last game of the season, we had Stinney, Kubas, and Tyree Phillips starting. So it was a bad thing that happened to us when Andrew Thomas went down, man. And it's I will say this. If our starters can be healthy for the whole season, I actually have confidence in them as well. But the thing is, when is the last time we actually had starters healthy for the whole season? So you got to go into this season looking to get some backups. I mean, Aaron Stinney is cool. Kubas is cool. You don't know what's going on with Evan Neal. Van Roten is getting a little old in the tooth. Hopefully he can still play as decent as he was in the first 6 weeks. But I'm still going into the draft, and I still might get 2 offensive linemen in the draft. I might go get a right guard in the 2nd round and get a tackle like the 5th round, because we need those backups just in case Andrew Thomas goes down, and it won't go all to hell after Andrew Thomas gets hurt, because he's been hurt for the past 2 seasons, and we've lost him for multiple weeks. I am very satisfied with Illuminor. I am satisfied with Andrew Thomas as long as he's healthy. JMS, he's going to have to develop this year. This year is going to be very important for JMS to see exactly what he is going to bring to this offensive line. John Runyan is very solid when he's healthy, but that right guard position, you got Evan Neal, Kubas, and Greg Van Roten there. I'm bringing in more competition with a high-profile rookie in the 2nd round. If somebody like a Jackson from Ohio State is there, or an Arizona guy that plays tackle, but I think he's better at right guard. It's Savai Nye. I actually had interviewed him at the Senior Bowl. But as far as this offensive line going into this season, this is one of the seasons where I'm not, ring the alarm about the offensive line. If I had confidence, if my confidence is based on off 100 rating scale, I would say a 75, and that does have to be higher. So, reinforcing that offensive line is definitely going to be a huge thing for me in this draft. I'm definitely going to be seeing exactly what they do in this draft. What offensive lineman are you bringing in more competition? Because I don't want to see Hubbard. I don't want to see Azudu. I don't want to see McKeithen. I don't want to see Aaron Stinney going in there, even though I think he's a capable backup. But this offensive line going into the season, it is not as dire as it has been in previous seasons, but it's still a concern. So go into the draft, get you a couple of young guys so they could develop under Carmen Brasillo, and let's see what they do going into this 2025 season with the starters. I'm actually kind of confident as well. I actually agree with Russell Wilson about this offensive line going into this season. But hey, that's been the state of the offensive line going into the 2025 season for the New York Giants. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think about this offensive line going into this season. Are you worried? Are you scared? Are you confident? Are you like, yeah, man, or are you good? Or are you seriously confident? Be like, hey, we're going to have one of the better offensive lines in the league. Y'all let me know in the comments, man. And also, go check out the Aboriginal Sports Network with the Aboriginal crew, man, where you get more Giants content, more NFL content, more NBA content. Go like and subscribe to the Aboriginal Sports Network where you get to see me. You get to see the NFL All 32, Big Pat Sports Talk Reacts, the Unpopular Zone, Heart of the City. Man, we got so much going on over there on the Aboriginal Sports Network. Go check that out so you can see me and all my partners on the Aboriginal Sports Network. We are the Aboriginal crew, and we're bringing you sports, and we're bringing the heat at all times. But this has been New York Giants Full Access exclusively here on Big Pat Sports Talk's channel, and I'm Big Pat Sports Talk. And to the next episode, you know what it is, man. Peace.
4, 3, 2, 1. Connect!
I'm feeling pretty good.
Thank you guys for tuning in, and look,
I'm feeling pretty good. Pretty good.
welcome to New York Giants Full Access.